Naam, me pamucho bebre midi Hajia Fatima bintu Habib Omar for Fatimia Islamic School and Sana Misai President, my Islamic Center for Muslim Women and Girl Child Education. Wo Dakuma. Na me pamucho bebre aya mumbombo na watch Hot Ishin our premium TV. Hot Ishin aya watch Hot Ishin and Pre TV. Nyame shiramo. Na me pamucho bebre midi Hajia Fatima bintu Habib Omar. Me proprietor for Fatimia Islamic School and Sana Misai President, my Islamic Center for Muslim Women and Girl Child Education. Wo Dakuma. Na me pamucho bebre aya mumbombo na watch Hot Ishin our premium TV. Hot Ishin aya watch Hot Ishin and Pre TV. Nyame shiramo. Na me pamucho bebre midi Hajia Fatima bintu Habib Omar. Me proprietor for Fatimia Islamic School and Sana Misai President, my Islamic Center for Muslim Women and Girl Child Education. Wo Dakuma. Na me pamucho bebre aya mumbombo na watch Hot Ishin.
All right, so good evening once again and welcome to here on TV. Of course, we're here once again another Thursday evening. Once we're here to debate issues that are bothering the nation and the issues that need to be heard for the people, as well as we go out there and then get the opinions of other people as to how the country is moving, whether we're moving forward or at a standstill. Whatever be the case, we always give you updates. Don't forget to like our Facebook page. It is Premium TV Ghana on Facebook. Yes, Premium TV Ghana, Facebook. You follow us, you like our page, and get updated. On YouTube as well, it is Premium Ghana. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Premium TV Ghana. Premium TV Ghana. You subscribe, click on the bell button, and then once we live, you get update as to whatever that we're doing in the studio of Premium Ghana. You aspire to be a presenter, a newscaster, want to do newspaper review, story writing, reporting, college is here for you. Yes, Premium Media College. Like I always told you, to become the best that Ghana needs when it comes to journalism. And so if you are looking for the best media school to attend with the best flexible mode of payment, best tuition, then it is Premium Media College. And so be fast. What are you waiting for? Just come to our premises at Dakuma Circle Station. Come pick up your forms and then start your education and become who you want to be in the future. Today we have a lot of issues to discuss. One being 40% increment on transport fares. Is it going to help the nation? Is it not going to help the nation? And secondly, to come, Wesley girls denying Muslim students of fasting in their school. Recently we had a story of these Rastafarians in Achimota, and not long ago we have Muslims in Wesley girls as well. Where is our education heading towards? We will discuss that as well. We'll be going for a quick commercial break. When I come back, we start the story and go more into it. I'll be right back.
Etumi de ani je ba fie empo scan ni ho a onim se empema bro e mo bi kra ni tipai na etumi jai onim de empasa bro timi ye wait na make catch us so person who do a efa empema bro ho a sie kundwa na oni of nature Friday you maybe 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. na onim me ɛntwetwe nkɔmmɔ ɛmfa ɔdɔ ɛmpa so dwumadie no ho nsɛmbisa ne bi sɛ anekɔmmɔ a yɛhwɛ ɛyɛ sɛ me ne medɔfo anya mfa so agorɔ na sɛ m'ani angye a metumi ka hyɛ m'adamfo dodoɔ no aka wei ho nti na me sɛ hwɛ me ɛwɔ premium tv ne yɛntumi ɛndi nkɔmmɔ meka sɛ ɔdɔ mpa so a na wagye so ɔkɔ ɛna anigye wɔ
Do it, dear man, I'm coming, I'm show me I adore you. And I do it, yeah, I go show you love. Make sure we Jackie Chan go be. Yeah.
What issue right here on Premium T? Like I told you, we'll be discussing about 40% increment on transport fares as well as the Wesley girls student who has been denied of fasting, Muslims who have been denied of fasting. Quickly, my guests are seated. I have with me Honorable Oko Julius Ayi and Mr. Francis Ej. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening,
I hope all is well.
brother. By His grace, the Lord has been good as once again. As you can see, we are all looking beautiful in our yellow.
That's right. That's right.
No, you say you are looking beautiful in your yellow shirt. You see, as guys, we call it handsome.
All right.
In our yellow shirt.
Okay.
Now,
of course.
Beautiful.
Of course, we look
looking beautiful.
No, beautiful is for ladies. Beautiful. No, beautiful is for ladies.
well, that is just by the way. I mean, you're welcome to Hot Issue once again. Today, the topic on board, we discussing about the 40% increment on fuel affecting our transport as well. I believe the president already knows that we are not in normal times. Things are very hard in the system with that. Even recently, there are a group of people who are calling fix the country, fix the country. Do you think we need fuel increment as at this stage? Julius?
Well, first of all, as usual, I would like to say all our cherry.
That's right.
All our loving fans, the production fan, when having the opportunity. Once again, let me say, they are looking very on a very beautiful Thursday.
That's right. That's right.
To set the ball rolling, let me say, the reactions and the response from the general public says it all. Because at the end of the day, they are already carrying a load we are not yet released of.
What load are you talking about?
When I'm talking about load, I'm talking about the load of embedding Ghanaians. The recent tax on mobile data and calls, which was announced a few days ago by the sector minister Esla Osu. I think Ghanaians have not even overcome that one yet.
That's right.
And recently, a few days ago, we are told say fuel has been increased. And I think this is not the type of news we are expecting at this time as Ghanaians, because already you're coming budida. And Sunday we have a count. And you see, when you go out and talk to people, it's as if say you don't know whether or not the Council of Elders, whether they listen to Ghanaians before they advise the president. You don't know whether the politicians, they listen to Ghanaians only when they need our votes or only when it's campaign time. But after that, like a former president will say, what they have decided is what they want to do. But at the end of the day, let us not forget the fact that anytime fuel is increased, it affects every commodity in Ghana here. Because one, the trader who goes to Nkoko, to whom to go and bring these vegetables, the first Kokoma and Sodom and Gomorrah. The moment they bet to transport fares, let us not forget means the first will be, and it will affect the price of whatever he or she is selling. And what it means is it affects daily lives.
That's right.
The moment commodities and prices go up, one, our daily lives dependent also goes up. One, it affects tariffs or utility go to put. It also affects our normal day. A friend is saying movement. For instance, you and I know say going though some have the ability of walking long distance, but there are times we join our podcast because we are in a hurry. What it means is you have to, I mean, increase whatever you are doing. And I think say, and besides, say currently as we speak, our state of employment for the youth. Before we even bring in the increment of fuel, no, our state of employment for the youth, like I said, is I don't know if you are getting my point.
I do, yeah.
We have graduates who are still at home. They have nothing doing. Now, for Nebeko Fee, Aquacope, your friends say, free. To go and sweat and come and say, Kweku, take one city, take two city. That Kweku also happens to be a student. He goes to school day in, day out. Yeah. What it means is, say, starts chop money in there, demand is on Franco school. The increment will affect it. The time will come when doesn't feel like, oh, today I have money to go to school. Also, alternate fee. But what I say, so what we should know is the fact that whenever fuel is in, it affects everything that we do as human beings. It affects productivity, it affects our daily lives, and it affects everything. And it brings more burden on Ghanaians. But what I say, because it's like the politicians are not ready to listen to the masses. So what I say, we were in this country, I think 1999-2000 when Jerry left office. When Kufuor came, I think somewhere in June 2001. The first we are the gallon rose from 6 of Ghana city. That was where we got the term Kufuor Gallo. So what I said, Ghanaians were like, hey, Ube Edi, and President Kufuor was like a cow. That's why we went to EP. Ghanaians should calm down. The country is under control. Meanwhile, you know, sir, he increased it 50%. If I stand to be corrected, 50%. So we tell me Kufuor Gallo because of this increment now. But I realize, at a point, he realized to understand, Ghanaians are suffering. That's so if that is the case, then auntie and no momsu, the friends of companies and other street light tax we pay during our light bills and the stuff. But I realize that the current administration is trying to be a bit smart.
Why do you say that?
I say that because you know what? They know very well. So when they increase it, just as Kufuor did, the masses will come against them, Ghanaians will talk, everybody will talk. So you know what? Instead of maybe I increase 20% and get a target. They do it 2% and within 3 days, 5%. Within 2 days, that's not too. And that is what we are. We don't even understand. At the end of the day, so who to move 10%, I mean, who say what to move 10%. Let us criticize you where it is needed. At the end of the day, tell Ghanaians why you increase it. What you want to use that increment for.
But don't you think that in the previous years, in the first 4 years of the administration, I mean, fuel prices were increased, I think, twice every year compared to the previous years when almost 3-4 months fuels are increased. Don't you think this current administration doing very well when it comes to this fuel pricing?
Just this particular year, this is the third time it's been, and like, all right, thank you. And like I said, no, people, it's like they are just being smart with Ghanaians because I say, or more increasing in such a way that drivers cannot increase theirs. Because like I said, we were told say it will take effect yesterday.
That's right.
And yesterday I happened to travel out of the capital city. I came back, it was the same fare. Sorry, today I've spoken to a lot of people and they are telling me say the increment has not come yet. DPRT is here to sit on it to decide. My brother, sorry. One of the main factors considered before fuel prices are increased. One, when we have low production from the production countries, the Saudi Arabians and other countries that produce. Two, when the market, it is increasing the fuel market. But there has been occasions whereby fuel has been reduced. And I would like to ask you, say, that don't know what focus you did 30 Ghana, but there's some information saying fuel has been reduced in the market. For that reason, we are now taking, instead of 30 Ghana, we are taking 10 Ghana. When has it happened before? In our part of the world. Let me see that. We only hear about them when it is increased. But anytime fuel is reduced, I don't know if it's against our constitution. Say, they reduce fuel and say you reduce the. But even if they had the news said tomorrow the world market is about to increase fuel, they will tell you say fuel is about to be. And that is where I have a problem with our politicians, our leaders. I think they should be fair with Ghanaians. The most you to say world market. And a percentage say
That's right.
They say at least world market yet is so saying. And have you also reduced it for the suffering Ghanaians, the vulnerable, so to speak, as they put it? Because you said, when I say you said, I'm referring to the president of the nation.
Then refer to him very well. I mean, if you say you said, as if you are
yes,
referring to
I do remember when the president Nana Akufo-Addo was coming for power. He made it clear, say he's old enough to steal Ghanaians, but he's coming to save Mother Ghana.
Yes. I can't remember. He said, I mean, we have money in the country, but we are hungry.
We are hungry.
So he's here to provide food for us.
He made it clear. Say yet is Sikaso. That's what accommodate.
That's right.
Yet is Sikaso. Yakwamo no koboro.
Yet is Sikaso. Omenyo hiamai. Nenam amemua enkoyetino. Akomde. Yaya mobo wagana. Yet is Sikaso. Omenyo hiamai. Nenam amemua enkoyetino. Akomde. Yaya mobo Ghana. It is Sikaso. Omenyo hiamai. Nenam amemua enkoyetino. Akomde. Yaya mobo wagana. It is Sikaso.
Within the Enoch now also. Mr. Frank Collins. The dinner do I so dim here. Tina Boga. Yeah, Tina. Yeah. Collins so far, you share another than Akufo-Addo amamu no. Who is saying? Oh. You know how we say masemu. Akufo-Addo pa na nado dankwa. Said the na CBS youth no to say any CBS pet no pa o buy Jack. And no man koyu. Nana show boy pa no man koyu me VSHS. And them who say and no man koyu crack na me no me ho class me go school. E dey in American streets ni mo aye den. Say youth na e wo ho na nkasa na majority of them ye near and provide for ourselves. Ye near and provide for ourselves. So what I say, and no man koye because as a boy ba be gina wiam san. Yes ebe pamon. One a wo hwe ni obedie ne wo be hye ne ade ye say Ghana ha no o ma me do abawi ase kwa no hwe. One shout parents ne wo mo hwe youth tie ne and provided no wasanso to village a wo twen say wudi bi be bre no asam na ye dey edi bia dey atọ aduane adie na ye ba ne ye hoso nkakan sana baye ni ade oh Akufo-Addo de na mamuo ne de oh dey be one oba meskafo se ne no kase oba men afọ oba ma ye ne a ye ni bie no be ye no na me ana me hu ni say Ghana kasa na ya adwunu mo ye dey ha me say SHS na free one or the say amount for adwunu ba ma me fo no say wie school ba no mu say yes say more thing papa Akufo-Addo amamu die oh da be ya Akufo-Addo amamu die na na do dankwa oh why ye din just a very disappointed
just and they say akwenya 100% ka ye to aba ya de anka beto atia no say de wo ka say
100%. Me to tiano kra na me hu ni say won say ne last ayintini wo ye de ope sa na me hu no na ka Akufo-Addo say be gina wo biema na me ya ja bia me ka enchirima no wo ba no na wo ye de wo ye adwumaden to wo ma wo mu di na chi ba no wo ye adwumaden eto wo ma wo mu etu ono Akufo-Addo ne de se ba wo miam no mu di achi na hwa nkasa wo mu na bebele Akufo-Addo de wono so wi okọ wono de so wono okọ etu omo no na wo mu hwe no mu pa bi papa bi de enka che na youth no ye bless system no mu aye ten aye tough enso tombo kra no mu aye den
All right, so you just listened to yourself. Some comments that were made by the honorary Ghanaians, how they see Akufo-Addo's government, and just recently they've been increment that we're talking about. Julius, you just listened to Akufo-Addo to what the people of Ghana were saying as well. 1 minute in conclusion.
Yeah, so like I was saying, you see, the name of the show is Hot Issue.
That's right.
We are not against any particular political party. We are hitting the nail right on the head.
That's right.
We are saying it as it is. I don't think we are wearing any political colors.
No.
So you see, the production team have made my submission so complete that I even forgot that showboy tag. Because when he was coming and that showboy, everywhere you go, showboy. So we were thinking, say, he's coming to minimize and ease the pressure on Ghanaians. Like we heard from the friend said, the brother we interviewed, the expectations that we have for the current administration, I would say from where I sit personally, that he has failed Ghanaians.
Wow.
Unless within the next...
I mean, this is just...
we are in his second term.
Anyway,
yes,
of course.
We are in his second term.
That's right.
And I can say, sir, I think he has failed Ghanaians because this is not what we expect. Because also a brand here, no pescadia to coin or no pescadia bibi. Or we are to the coffers of the nation. And you being the old, true, matured manner, you are coming to protect the public purse. And you ask yourself, say, where on this earth, what is the carton data keke? For WhatsApp call and you'll be taxed. For data you'll be taxed. And now they are told say every 2-3 months petrols have to be increased. So you ask yourself, where are we going as a nation? So I'm happy there is this term in town, fix the nation. We will appeal to the president and the government.
So you support the agenda, fix the nation.
Oh yes, because if you look at what is going on currently, I think.
All right, so I'll come to you on that. Mr. Francis.
Yes, sir.
Listening to our president and to what the honorary Ghanaians has to say about governance, there have been increment, I mean, not long ago, and 40%. That is very huge. What do you say about this Akufo-Addo government?
Okay, let me use your platform to wish Otumfuo Osei Tutu, the Asante Hene, the Oteko. Today is his birthday.
That's right.
And I being the Oteko also Nana. I being the Oteko also Nana. I need to.
Only say empema bro. Eya apomtentene ejuma. Only say empema bro. Etumi de anije ba fie. Empo scan ni ho a. Only say empema bro. Emo bi kra ni tipai na etumi jai. Only de empasa bro timi ye. Wait na make catch us so person who do draw efa empema bro ho a. Sie kundwa na oni ohu nature. Friday you may be 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. No only me and twetwe and fa odo empaso dwumedie no. Isim bisani bi say ani ko wa ye hwe eye. Se me ne medofo eni ampaso agro. Na se me ni anje a metumi ka hwe madamfo. Dodo na aka we hu. Enti na me se hwe me. Oh premium TV. Ni yentumi endi enkomo. Me ka se odo mpaso a no wage so okọ ene ni gie wo.
Do it, dear man, I'm coming, I'm show me I adore you. And I do it, yeah, I go show you love. Make sure we take it on go be.
Welcome back from the commercial break. You know watching what issue right here, of course. The studio is getting very, very hot at the moment. We need to some commercial break and then release stress. You know what I mean. So, Francis, you were making submission. Go on with your submission.
Okay, so let me go on. You see, our brother has talked a lot. He has made his point clear. But I need to ask this question. Every
You have every right.
Every developing country, Biana, and as a developed country, Biana, impose taxes on fuel prices.
First of all, we are not a developed country.
We are a developing country. That's why I said every developing.
That's right.
And as a developed country, Biana.
I want you to use the word developing because we are not developed.
I will come to our sector. Okay. They impose taxes on the fuel sections, okay, so that they can also use it to develop their country. The reason why I'm saying this is that things like when we became the Fourth Republic, taxes has been imposed on fuels, and transportations or lorry fares has been increased in so many ways. I just want to tell my brother that when he said a company, yet is
I didn't say it. You watch from the video. It was the president who said it. I didn't say it.
That's
Don't misquote me.
No,
Don't misquote me. Don't misquote me.
It was the president.
It was the president who said it. Don't misquote me.
Julius, hold on. It was the president who said that yet is castle, but a comedy. All right, so.
But you watched the video, and you watched the video.
And that was a statement made by the president.
Listen to the president on the.
He cited the president. But yeah, he cited him.
And I said you also listen to him right now.
He cited the
But it was the president who said that.
Oh, Massa.
I want my producer to play it for you to listen. It was my president who said that, not Julius. Julius was only quoting the president.
I said he cited.
Okay.
He cited the president.
That's right.
Okay. That's right. Before the video.
So I want you to listen. I want you to listen to what the president said.
It is Sikaso. Omenyo hiamai. Nenam amemua enkoye ntino. Ekomde. Ya mobo wagana. It is Sikaso. Omenyo hiamai. Nenam amemua enkoye ntino. Ekomde.
Yes. So you heard the president.
On mine no hiamai.
Of course.
Yes, Sikaso.
Of course.
Ekomde.
He said that out of bad governance from the ex-president. That was what he thinks.
And that means a former president increases fuel prices.
Of course. I mean, all the previous presidents.
All the president who has come on the throne or the seat of governance, they increase fuel prices.
It's automatical.
Good.
It happens.
So I increase here.
It will happen.
What
but
shows?
The rate at which it increases, what we're talking about. Because obviously it will increase, but it might increase 2 times a year, once a year. But once it begins to increase 3-4 times a year, 5 times a year, it means you're making life difficult for the ordinary people. That is what we're talking about.
This you're not completing you.
That's right.
We are in the
once they've been increased,
he has increased from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 4 times. 4 times in 5 months.
That is the first quarter of the year. We are just in the first quarter of the year.
Oh, no, that thing I don't even.
Okay, so you can make your submission.
What do I say? I don't understand. Every government increases fuel prices when they come into power. As some or more can say, we want to use it for development. Let's ask ourselves, what kind of development are they using it for? What do I say? Every time Biano or Bebe Biano, they try to impose taxes on us. And we, the ordinary Ghanaians, we pay.
And you think it's right?
You've done economics, right?
Yeah,
we have direct tax and indirect tax. Is that also good? The indirect tax can be within the VAT and then within the core credit taxes that the government have been taking out from. You understand?
But the question is, why would you impose tax on my core credit? That is the question at the first place.
Now, why impose it better than
because the telecommunications, they also pay their tax to the government.
If it doesn't impose, better than
Francis, my problem is that the telecommunications, they also
so
pay
who buys
the
core credit?
revenue.
Who buys the core credit?
We are the consumers.
Good.
We buy.
So the taxes are being imposed on
and
the
telecommunications,
and we buy the core credit to use it because we are using their networks.
No, I think I would have to educate you a bit here. What happens is that, listen, there's a certain level of revenue that telecommunication, they pay tax out of it. So the telecommunication, its own as a company, pays tax to the government.
Oh yeah, Juma
now,
hold on.
Hold on.
Let me question me Juma when you start up a business, you go in for loss or profit?
Obviously, at a startup, you'll be looking at.
And the core credit now, no, I turn 2 cities. No, government they own 20%. That they say no, so they own 180%.
So why would you impose the direct tax on
the
consumer?
Who core credit 1 city? How do you know that the government has imposed tax on?
So why should the sector minister come and tell us, say they are going to deduct, they are going to 1% tax? The sector
on the COVID-19. We discussed it here.
1% tax. 1%.
So you continue with the increment, 1%. The fuel increment for me.
Massa, the American say every government that comes behind they impose taxes and use it for development.
So you think it is right for a government to impose
for the government to impose tax to develop the country? That's all.
Okay.
So I say, I did better was a tax in Massa. If you travel to outside, you see there are a lot of taxes that have been imposed on the ordinary citizen. Core credit, or let me say, core credit or core Wi-Fi, the lights, the gas, the fuels, everything they have been imposed. So every month, credit cards are being used.
And you think the tax that are being imposed on us for developmental projects, do you think the president is developing the country?
It's ongoing.
Ongoing?
Yes, it's ongoing. It's ongoing.
In the second term.
It's ongoing. Master, second term, we are not in normal
So can you give me a couple of projects made by the government?
Let me tell you something. He has appointed his ministers. And now his ministers are now on the streets or on the street. Okay, let me say on the street of governments. And they are trying to work very well. And his deputies are coming, or the ministers, their deputies are coming. So the ministers are trying to work, and they are working. Let me tell you, the road minister, I think Nana said in his first term that, or when he was inaugurated this second term, he said this year will be the second term or the second year of what roads. And the road minister is constructing. Let me tell you that the Kaneshi Road linking to graphics to Accra, yes, Aboso interchange. You see, the first phase was done. The second phase has been completed.
So you think it is one of the projects
it's ongoing.
That he has the right to impose tax on us?
The cocoa roads are being constructed.
One of the projects that
the 88 buildings that he said he's doing it. It is being constructed. And it's ongoing. My dear brother, let me tell you something. You see, every responsible country need to pay taxes for development.
You think that is the only source of?
Oh yes, that's the only source.
So why were they condemning the previous government for?
So what I say? Oh, Massa, we have political talk.
If you say that, then you are telling me that it is right for these politicians to lie to us.
Oh yes.
If you say that, why would they use political talk?
Always lie to us.
No, why would you use political?
They always lie to us.
And you think it is?
You accept it to go.
So you think? Why don't they tell us the truth? Because we are the only Ghanaians.
How would they tell the truth? How would they tell?
Okay.
Means when the Ghanaians are how should I put it? This
All right, so let me read some comments and then we continue. I know you are heated. Let me read some comments. This one from Abdullah Aziz Hussein, and then he says heated argument. Wow, of course it is a heated argument, no doubt about that. And then Hussein comes in with my boss Francis Mensah AJ. You are killing it. Wow, Francis, it means you are doing a great job there. And then Opuni Isaac says this issue of fuel and price increment is a serious issue that needs urgent attention. At this moment, the economy is seriously broken and tax very high, and introduction and producing new taxes. The government needs to do something. And then this one is from Isaac Opuni again. And then he says, you guys are looking beautifully and handsomely good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Of course, I mean, once we are in our yellow, you know that it's a premium Thursday, and we always look handsome in that. Or should I use the beautiful? Anyway, so we always look handsome in that. Francis,
yes.
1 minute.
So as I was saying, every government, okay, when it comes, whether first or second, they impose taxes. Okay, just to boost. I remember the president can make the economy grow and stand again, but we can't bring the people back.
He said they know is that they can bring the economy back to life.
Back to life.
What they do not know is bringing life
to the people, or what they're bringing the people life yes.
back to life.
Good. And see a nice quote. When he said,
you think they are doing so because in this era, I mean, you gave us free electricity, you gave us free water. At the end of the day, we are paying for it. Now you turn back to increase fuel. Within the same period.
Let me tell you something. The free electricity, the free water he gives, okay, it was on credit. You are going to pay.
So you accept the fact that the government was lying to us? You accept it?
Oh, I say a political.
Do you accept
he was not
the
lying.
Government lied to us?
No.
So if you tell us something is free and then indirectly we are paying for it.
On my limit. It says those who don't use there
was a benchmark for it.
The 50% of electricity below electricity, they will not pay that money. But those who uses above the 50% of electricity, they will pay the money. And they only but the free water there, I believe say he gave it out.
What you give it out for free? But we are still paying for it.
And so on.
We are still paying for it.
This is the current one that you are paying. The last year you were not paying. Last year were you paying water? Last year were you paying for water?
Are you aware that as it stands now, there are certain communities that their water lost?
We should be clear here. We should be clear here, or we should talk about a fact that when a government comes, definitely after reading the budget for 100 days, Parliament, he is going to impose tax either on petrol or on commodities. Do you understand?
But obviously, when you impose tax or when you increase fuel, it obviously affects commodities
and mostly our petroleum sectors. It will increase the fuel prices and it will affect our commodities. And we are demand and supply.
So
the more you demand, the more
what you are saying is that we should be ready for more increment.
Oh, right? What you are saying?
And you think is that the life the president promised the ordinary Ghanaian?
No. He's creating more jobs. Now I'm hoping by the 6th month of the year, everything will be okay because we are not in normal times. So I just say because of coronavirus or COVID-19, all these things
I mean, notwithstanding,
it has break down the engines.
Nigeria had coronavirus. All these community, various countries around us had coronavirus. So what? There are no increments like this.
Okay, fine.
How possible?
So if Nigeria, listen, if Nigeria had coronavirus, Cote d'Ivoire had some, right?
Yeah.
Benin had some, Togo had some. Is that not so good? Ask yourself, how is their economy? Massa, Ghana in West Africa.
You think West Africa, we have the best economy?
Oh yes, Ghana in West Africa.
You think West Africa, Ghana has the best
in
economy?
West Africa, we are leading. Oh yes, we are leading. That's what I say, and everything is working on well. Oh yeah. Despite saying who says but who said there is development going on somewhere. Oh yes.
There has always been development and construction.
Ever since.
But there is still more development ongoing.
We've been seeing development every single year under every.
All right, so that is.
Quick one. I think that my brother has failed to tell Ghanaians what the so-called increment is going to do.
Exactly.
I
mean, 40% is a huge increment.
Let me tell you something.
When he was checks, the government said he promised Ghanaians 33 medical centers. He wants to use part of the increment to create that and also recruit health workers or what we call the frontliners. And he also said he promised Ghanaians, your friend is saying, 88 hospitals. And to Obama use part of this money to build. That is what I expect my brother said. If you say the increment is good, then convince Ghanaians why the increment came and what.
I mean, if you want to fix in certain loopholes with the increment, right? If you want to fix in certain loopholes, I think that is the more reason why the COVID-19 Trust Fund was created, so that we get some fund out of that, and then the loopholes we fix in with such an amount of money. But as we speak now, I think last week Daily Graphic brought it that 12.4 million Ghana cedis is missing out of the fund. Yeah. No, it's missing.
No, did you ask?
It's not
what they use it for?
It's not lost. It's missing.
Did you ask what they use it for? Did you wait in for enquiries? No.
Missing.
Ordinary Ghanaians will sit somewhere and then begin to talk. Say 12.4 billion is missing from the COVID-19 fund.
And you think a newspaper like Daily Graphic will come up with that information without doing diligence?
You need to go to the enquiries or the commission to ask.
And you also think that if this is a false allegation, by now Daily Graphic
it is alleged.
And they have not been sued.
It wasn't alleged.
It is alleged.
It was.
So you need to
hold on. It was a statement made by the chairman.
You see, when my
not
brother
alleged.
was talking,
he said something.
Good. When 40%
that he traveled
outside or outskirts, and when he was coming, the price was
in the same.
Notwithstanding the fact that the fuel prices are up, it is up to the transport union
if they are up
to increase the fares.
Transport union increase here. We will still get a feedback of the increment.
All right. So there's a breaking news that very soon, before Monday, the prices will be out.
Okay, fine. Let's try and see.
We are waiting
if the prices will surely come out.
And you think 40% there wouldn't be increment on fares? 40%.
Oh.
Because we've lived here, and even with the up to 10%, 20%, there's been increment. How much more 40%
of increment?
Francis, I mean, we are all in this country, and we've been
we are all in
job
this country
for a long time. We know what is happening.
As my brother said, when he picked a car from Accra to his hometown.
So you are saying that there hasn't been increment on fares?
Yes,
so it's not true.
My brother.
You are saying
take it that way. Yes, that
okay.
So
that way.
As my brother said, I have nothing to say. Nemo maniti asiye. So konfubone. Osi oma ni go onka so no suti mu. We all feel it. Umami ewu. Now so umami owu ye wada.
My mother
is so that is the submissions made by my panelists. I believe, like I told you, the studio is very hot, and everybody wants to be a winner, thinking that submission is the ultimate truth.
Oh, yes.
But at the end of the day, you watching me at home knows what is going on, knows how you feeling. You on the market, you at the office. I mean, going up and down with transportation, you knows how it is out there. I'll be going for a quick commercial break. When I come back, we go to our second story. I'll be right back.
Bia wo free said dia omoye omniema kasa omoka omonduane a omudi ene amamre ankasa ene suatrama mmafo omonsunya hwe ahantan dwa ene amaso ama yensunya bibia yato yamamre asairam empanifo ka asemi se urefri ukrom he aban a wojira edwabo ase eno nti na premium tv kofa buy yede dwubedi onwaso a yato ne din se chirewa mamre Bodwumedie so ye kokro bia so ye bobro baby bia ewo ye bisa omoniema sade omoka omonsam efa sade omamamre ete ankasa ye wie ediaba studio ne abedwafo betena se atwetwe nkomo ede afa ho nya me de dwumedie ho kyia me medinya me desoa ne efuwa jaboa Jan meka kyerɛ amamra na wagye so ama me sɛ amamra ho hia Premium TV shaping global true culture.
Bia wo free sadia omoye omneema kasa omoka omonduane a omudi ene amamre ankasa ene suatrama mmafo omonsunya hwe ahantan dwa ene amaso ama yensunya bibia yato yamamre asairam empanifo ka sembi se urefri ukrom he aben a wojira edwabo ase eno nti na Premium TV kofa bai yede dwumedi onwaso a yato ne din se kyerwa mamre Bodwumedie so ye kokro bia so ye bobro baby bia.
All right, so welcome back from the break, and you're still watching Hot Issue right here on Premium TV. Indeed, it's hot, very hot. I wouldn't lie to you. And before I go, let me read some comments and then we continue. So this one is from Mustafa Habibullah, and yes, Mustafa Habibullah, and he says that taxes are necessary for development, except this particular strange and lack of compassion kind of increment. Our leaders are representing themselves, not the poor people who appointed them. So that is what Mustafa is saying, and then Mustafa comes again with serious issue at hand. However, I like your passionate approach to conversations, Mr. Francis Ejay. Okay, it means people are beginning to accept your comments and your submissions, that they are taking it into consideration. All right, so this is how we do it every Thursday evening. It is Hot Issue. We discuss debatable issues like this in the country, and so you can always make a date with us, and we share ideas. You can still bring your comment. There are more stories. You can still keep watching us, and then you bring out your comment as to whatever you think about our conversation. So moving on to my next topic. In recent times, I think about a week now, and then there was a story about Muslim students in Wesley Girls who were being denied fast. I don't know how students will be denied like that, and it became a brouhaha in the country that opinion leaders, to the fact that Chief Imam had to intervene, and now the Christian Council is out again with a press asking Ghanaians to calm down with the kind of comment and then with the kind of insults rained on the school and even GES as a whole. The Christian Council is calling for peace, and he's also calling for Chief Imam to call his people to order, to exercise patience so that they take their time to investigate the whole issue. Francis, our Muslim students not being allowed to fast. In recent times, we had an information about these Rastafarians. We all condemn the act. Now, it's time on our Muslim students. Are we doing religious? it's in a way kind of now schools are turning to Christian schools only. You think this is how the GES is going about in our schools?
If they are turning to Christian schools only, then they need to take all other religious bodies out.
And that is why the case is here that the Muslims are being denied fasting, because these Muslims have been fasting Asians, not today, not last year, not last decade. They've been fasting Asians. So why now will you deny them? And I know Muslims has been in these Wesley girls since. So why deny them now?
You see, Wesley Girls is one of the best schools in our society.
So,
and this is the case, sir. A child might have a complications. This is our ulcer. The doctor's report are sent to the school, okay, indicating that maybe that child is contradicted to ulcer. So this is the case, sir, in that manner. If a child has ulcer, you are not obliged to fast, okay? And even in the Islamic community, if you have ulcer, you are not obliged to fast.
I mean,
I need to ask,
unless exceptional.
Good, unless exceptional. I need to ask, what came about that the proprietor of Wesley Girls School, proprietress,
the headmaster,
or whether the headmaster or the proprietor or the proprietors of the Wesley Girls School, okay, we need to know what conspired between the girls and then the leader.
Before you continue, I want us to go and then watch some submissions made by a couple of Christian Muslim community as to how they think about this whole fasting. But before we go and watch it, Francis, continue.
So I was trying to say, the conspiracy that came in, we need to know what came between the girls and the leader.
I mean, there weren't any medical reports.
Fine.
They were just denied. They were
just denied.
All right. So before you make your submissions, let's go and then watch the video.
Good evening and welcome to Premium TV.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
And please, my name is Julius and you are?
I'm Ishaq Abdul Basit.
Oh, okay. Mr. Isaka, we heard that our Muslim sisters, some of our Muslim sisters were not allowed to fast, especially those who attended the Wesley Grammar School. Please, have you heard of this update?
I've heard of this for the past, I think, 2 weeks or so. But I was puzzled when I heard this. In fact, I was confused. I didn't understand why they did that. Fasting is mandatory on every Muslim, provided the person has gotten to the period of maturity. Fasting is mandatory on the person, except only the person is seriously ill or the person, a female, is in his period. That is where fasting is not mandatory on her. But aside that, fasting is mandatory on every Muslim. So I don't understand why the school authorities denied Muslim girls or Muslim students from fasting. In fact, our Muslim Ummah, Chief Imam, Haj Umar and the rest, they have to wake up. We need them. In fact, this is so serious. Yeah.
Okay, so would you say our Christian brothers are intolerant when it comes to religion because of what has happened?
That is what we have to say. Because recently, Chief Imam celebrated, I think, his 22nd, 105th birthday. Yeah. And the program they held at the Jubilee House, I saw Chief Imam, I saw the Vice President, I saw the President, I saw one Catholic pastor. So this shows that Ghana, we are tolerant, we tolerate each other. So why would the school's authority deny the children from fasting? So this means that the school or the Christians in Ghana, they are not tolerant. They are not tolerant. In fact, if you say Muslims, you are avoiding Muslims from fasting, is very bad. In fact, it's very bad. So please, I'm urging you. I want them to hear my voice. I'm begging them. Sure.
So would you say it's because it is a Christian senior high school, or it's because it's under the GES? Where exactly would you lay your blame?
My blame, in fact, I have my personal blames, because assuming we Muslims also have ours, all these buhaha wouldn't have happened. But for the fact that we are in Ghana, Ghana is not for Christian country. Ghana is not a Christian country, or Ghana is not an Arabic or Islamic country. Ghana is for everybody. So everything which is everything regards to the constitution, for example, right to education, right to worship, right to do everything, we have to obey it. In fact, I have my right to join any religious group. I have my right to join any political party. I have my right to join any education unit I want. Yeah, so this means that the children's right has been curtailed. The children's right has been curtailed. So the Muslims at the parliament, I don't want to mention names, the Muslims at the parliament, the lawmakers, they should go back and check their books.
Oh, okay. So in conclusion, what would be your advice to our leaders, especially the Ghana Education Service and our politicians who are spearheading and making laws for us in parliament, as you just said?
So this clearly shows that our leaders have failed. In fact, on this issue, the president has to talk. The president has to order Ghana Education Service, and Ghana Education Service has to also order where.
Welcome to Premium. Premium TV and
Me Jesu. Me doba. Naam.
I'm say what say in your room omuye fasting school say anka omu person be called dining. If you saw omu chill come.
Yes.
I'm up to the forecast say sadi omu bu na so ma patron what is answering?
No na me ba me advance bo ma mande say mama wunti asande ba me say asambe na obo mama dem say dey bi omu yes omu ye ni ye because the old well be anim say this month a Ramadan month ye chiruya ye mbaram nyina obi aye chiruya na kwara na say me nkoda na air force ono na we chini nkom enya de wasam marabe na obu ye aye commanding from God and that's why what I don't know commander say 12 months every day's time Muslim nyina obi andidi ye fasting for 30 days or 29 days and I my mbaram nyina obi a suabi na hadenti na ebasa ye pa omocho omo yesa enye nde na Ghana I start say Ghana ache nkoda na omo ye fasting school bia omo ye fasting na ye pa omocho omo nse ye Ghana tin say Ghanaians omo time Muslim fo omo nkoda wo school omo ye de fata de ese ema omo Islam ahade obi anka nkyere obi say o religion na wenye entisa anamebo master nti saade enye kom papa na omo fa omo nje saade no emma yemba no mo omo sinya omo ho na omo nso omo nyame say de fata say de se na ye korom so enye fine mai
na pacho meti wasi ye pa da me so pa che sa say ye tie mo fra no fa ho de so omo nyame so
yes and just enye fine sir enye fine ye krom ha Muslim fo ho Christians wo ho ada deleting obi a wo ho obi a ye say de ope obi antimi ka che obi say wo yaw dia David entisa e pa omo chaw omo nje ankora no omo enye omo fasting out to ending of month the year the so omo ye fasting po ayan shira kase obi chi nkwan from 4 o'clock out to 6:10 and 6:12 and stand or breaking the fasting no mo nim say ayan shira omo nim say ayan shira kase ma school no kasa abofo mo ba besi form and stand e do break time say do nyankopon we man no omo nim ntira anka omo nim ndia anka omo yesa ye bo pesa nyankopon won form bo no enche omo na bibia ye mai
ma pacho say Pempe aye din komo say school for ni penny for 8 year. Say Ghana Education Service for 8 year. Any Ghana penny for 8 year. Ma pa to futu ben pa na wo de be mom say na be ya. Ti say na o kan enyi na betina se wo do ni kru yam e wo man.
De mo be ni say o mo so nsore. Asan we enyi onum pa ba kwa asam. basa dia na chiro say kuro nyina mo de mo da eni nam ye openifo education social and so openifo de obi ankasa entia saa omo asam omo agima de omo ye enye emfata ense enye fine one say say ampo ko America mpo nkasa dia oye muslim omo mo respect and Islam obebo di ko obebo mama yafi akwa ye nursing agima akwa kire ade akwa ye bibia omo nkase debi because wo omo constitution no omo atoro ato ho obia wo the right the obeye the esse and fata ama na religion obia ntimi nkase wo religion ne dia wonye nti said omo ye no enya fine obia ti nkasa outside omo be sire nti me pa openifo chao education mon sorry na mun tun entia sa agema we enye fine.
All right, so that was Magia. I stand to be corrected. I mean, I can't remember the name. Submissions that she made, and I think it's clearly done as to how she feels about this. Francis, quickly, 1 minute. Listening to this whole video as to how our Muslims are giving their submission. What would you say about Wesley girls? I mean, denying the Muslim girls.
As our brother said,
You think this is coming from our leaders or from the school authority?
Our leaders, because
Why?
they need to stand up, okay, on their feet and then order. You see, there are some certain things be crying out. We should not talk about it. How will you deny a Muslim girl from not fasting? It's a religion. I am a culture. And why?
Don't you think because recent issue, Rastafarians issue,
and you know,
we had people in parliament supporting the schools. The school, Achimota school, that it's their culture,
it's their right.
So
it's a mission school. So this one too is a mission school.
So they are also defending their
aren't Muslims in Achimota school, but they are fasting.
Achimota school wasn't about Muslims.
Good. Wesley girls, they are also there. Just Ghana, there are Muslims in.
That they are Muslims.
So what they are saying. So you can't deprive them from not fasting, and you cannot force them to go into the dining hall to go and eat. Masa Coco, any brother, school coco, 2 minutes now.
Thank you very much. Julius. Make your submissions.
I think I might not be short of words or fact, but I may be short of time. So let me go straight to
That's
point.
right. That's
you
right.
know what? We are talking about a school that was founded in the year 1950, the year before Ghana attained its independence. And whether we like it or not, was a mission school.
That's right.
I happen to have enjoyed a Methodist school at the friends NS Bruce Memorial Methodist School. That's where I have my basic education.
Oh, okay.
So I can benefit when it comes to Methodist school. I'm one of them.
Okay.
Now you know what? The whole brouhaha, I think that the blame should go to the doorsteps of the Ghana Education Service. Because this is a mission school. But because of the introduction of the free SHS,
how does this affect Muslims?
Yeah, that's why you have to allow me.
Okay.
You see, because of the introduction of the free SHS, some of the mission schools have to be adopted by government. By then, it was not a government school. I said they know the do's and the wants. But now a mission school, basically for Christians. Just like we have Islam.
Are you saying that it is only during the term of free SHS that we had Muslims in the school? Is that what you're saying? And if that is the case, Francis, hold on.
Francis, 1956.
Francis, hold on. Francis, hold on. He has a time. I want to make a submission, please. I want to make a submission that if you are saying it is because of free SHS, then way back, free SHS. Hold on. Free SHS started from 2017. All right. So it wouldn't end here. I think we'd have to continue this Muslims this thing next week, would have to.
I really don't understand him. Went back in 1956,
so what we will do
and you're
is
trying
that
to tell
we
me
will go
that
and then
Muslim
get-
have not been in that school.
We'll go and then get more details.
Midi Hajia Fatima Bintu Habib Omar. Minamia proprietor for Fatimia Islamic School and Sana Misai President, my Islamic Center for
All
Muslim
right,
women.
so yes, the studio is very hot. When it turns out to be hot like this, then I mean, we need to find a way out. Of course, this is where time will permit us to be. Let me say a very big thank you to everybody that supported this program, from the production team, camera woman Eunice, to sound guy Akwesiki Hollywood, and then to the boss himself, Mr. Kingsley Tete,